I'm a member of Counseling Association of Nigeria. My license is important to my life. Before they will call me for questioning that, I'm telling everybody how to do it free of charge.
I asked, okay, stick to the guidelines.
So we have like the ones that got mainstream. What I mean by mainstream, they have their own profile, Dr. D's, they have everything set up. They've gone as far as having big professional office settings and whatnot.
Yeah.
They would charge you well. Yeah. Because for them to even get to that point, they spend so much in studying it, so they will charge you well. Now, they are the ones who are yet to have all that professional structure. They won't charge you so much. Yeah, they won't charge you so much. And they're also the people who have their professional setting, have their charges, and still do free events. Like they do free talks. Personally, I have what I do on my podcast, my YouTube, where there's a link I put out once a month. People anonymously put your real. I say it. Don't put your name. Just I'm a boy and this age.
Yeah.
Tell me what you are going through, and I will discuss it well. Like do a video to it, and if I feel you need one-on-one, I'll tell you. Oh,
How come I've not come across any of that on your Instagram?
sad, but I do put it.
You do it.
I do put it.
Do you put the screenshot of the question?
No. I just
come and talk about it.
Read it out. Like
Okay.
I'll read out what the person said, and then I give my 2 cents on it, and then there are also events like Instagram Live, TikTok Live.
Yeah.
I personally do that as well once in a while, where I stay for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and discuss with as many people as will come in and see what I am going through, what do you want, and that's free of charge. You're not paying for it. But now there are some things you would go through that a professional will need to go through with you for months. That one, you don't escape it. They have to have sessions with you 1 month, 2 months, depending on what it is.
And it is talking.
Yes, there's talk therapy. There are different aspects of therapy.
What I'm saying
It's primarily.
Yeah, the talk is really giving the person more and more knowledge and more insights into their situation and their self.
Yeah. So now, yeah, therapy is affordable. Trust me, it's affordable.
You're going to share your rate.
Oh, we hope to share my rates?
No, you were going to share your rate now. You're saying the 5K one per session was a bit too expensive.
Not share my rates is because I want to increase.
Okay, well, you know, this is Crocs. This is SB Crocs. Real Matters Only Post. You will get his Instagram.
I intend to increase my rates. I'm joking.
Cool, here. This is only going to take 20 seconds and 5 is already gone. I need a simple favor from you. If you're watching, you can notice on the screen that our numbers are displayed up there. Please do me a favor and smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't yet on YouTube. And if you're listening on Spotify, please give us a rating and like the episode. Share the episode as well. Let's get back to the episode.
The consultation fee is not for everybody, but most persons get to pay a consultation fee. And then there's the basic, and then there's the premium service for a month. Now, this is the trick. The difference between my basic and premium service is just an extra day. What I mean is, if I'm doing 2 times a week for you in basic, premium I'm doing 3 times a week. But I'm not reducing my energy. I'm not reducing what you get.
It's just that extra day might take you a bit further.
So it's just like, say, in 1 week I meet you 2 times. In 1 week I meet this other person 3 times. But you see that our 2 times, I'm giving you your quality worth 2 times. And both persons can reach out to me whenever they feel, oh, this is not my actual time for session, or I feel I need to talk to this person.
Does it count?
As long as we are both, you just reach out and say, are you free to talk? If I'm free to talk, we will talk. If I'm not free, I will tell you when I can put it time. Just talk. I do that. It's not part of the whole professional distance.
Yeah.
It's a personal decision of mine that even going that extra mile to ensure that this person is better, because it's not the money that is my priority. I do all that things for business. I am more concerned about helping people be better.
Yeah.
So that's it. So you meet some other people that I know, some psychologists who even go as far as doing free sessions, like their entire month, they will do it for free without collecting money, just because they want to help that person or they want this person to be better. So therapy is expensive, depending on who you are going to meet.
Now, I have this question. What are this is our climate now, Nigeria.
Yeah.
What are the common mental issues
Lord you.
What are the common mental issues that we have in this country that you can say a very large percentage of people have it and are carrying it and it's normal because we live here?
Well, I would have to do a proper. I can't just say.
Is there something you've noticed?
No. It's not about what I've noticed. I have not done a research on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can just say, "Oh, this is what I feel," and to be wrong. Why? Because what you see is in your environment. For instance, in Lagos here, almost every bus driver is upset. You enter, you ask the driver a question 2 times and he flares up. You ask him once and he flares up. You don't tell him that you don't have change and he flares up. You tell him that you have change and he flares up. It may not be the same thing in Delta states. I called the wrong state, sorry. It's probably be the same thing, just people are arguing. And I was born in Warri before people come attack me. Let's look for somewhere calm. Which state is calm now in this country?
Let's do Abia.
Yes. No, that's bias. I'm from that state, so. But yes, I think
Me too. Why do you think?
I think people there are a lot.
Yeah.
So now, if I conclude and say, "Oh, this is the mental case that is affecting us," and I know, yeah. But if there's what I can say is that a higher number of men in Nigeria, yeah, and if people like believe it or not, a higher number of men in Nigeria have that toxic masculinity energy. The whole, let me use this generation terminologies. That toxic masculinity. These men just come out of their house, and because it's a hustling energy, they are trying to make profit. Primarily, they want to make money, so they are bound to be aggressive. There's going to be aggression because you don't make money being gentle and try and go and hawk something and be doing, "Come and buy, please. Come and buy, please."
No.
Nobody will meet you. But when you start to change it for people small,
Yeah, you have to shout now. Asumelo. I just couldn't get out of my head because it kept tormenting me with that thing in camp, bro.
I know it's NY pick out. I mean, so check out. So it's you're going to see so many people. And now this is where it gets worse. Even the women are suffering from the same toxic masculinity.
This is the Lagos climate now.
Yes. So in Lagos State, everybody's a madman. So if we say psychosis, we could be right, we could be wrong. But if we're doing it the right way, I would have to state a couple mental disorders, mental illnesses, get people to answer questionnaires, and whichever has the highest rates, I would now say this is the prevalent.
I'm just trying to imagine you now going to Ikeja under bridge and you have a questionnaire for bus drivers. You're like, please, can you take this spirit?
But you know that they used to collect roasted plantain.
All right, let me give you a situation, right? Hypothetically speaking, we got a driver aggressive from Ikeja under bridge, and he's a project for us to solve whatever mental problems and psychosis it might be, due to his environment that has really traumatized or messed him up in a way. What would be the first steps you will take to try and get him to be more level-headed in a climate like this? If he was isolated with you for a while so that you can change his psyche, what things would you do?
I don't even think I would like him to be isolated if I want to.
Okay, so isolation is not a good idea.
Yes.
Okay.
I would have to take him back to his environment
Mm-hmm.
and try to relate with him. First time it not work, second time it not work. Most likely, I will be able to get to him from 6, 7 in the evening. That's if he came out very early in the morning to start hosting. That's when he's most likely supposed to take a break and want to eat. So I will purchase one fresh amala for him, sit with him while we are eating, allow him to eat a bit, and then start asking very gentle questions. And that's how I'll get through today.
So your sessions with him would be in the field after his day's work?
Yes. That's in isolation.
Okay.
Because taking him out of his environment will make him put his guard up. He'll be too defensive. He would not want to say anything. So it's better with him. So you spend the entire day with him if possible, telling that anywhere you are going from this morning, I go do your front seats. Any amount I go pay. throughout, as you are going, at some point, some people will even start gisting even before that break where you now buy amala or buy whatever is his favorite food, and then you get through. And this is the thing about men. They are very easy. Once you get through, they will tell you everything. He's ready to tell you why he started driving bus, tell you how many children he has. He will give you all the gist, all the fights he has gotten into. He will give you everything. And whatever he wants to do from there, he'll be able to do it. It's that simple.
That means if you want to talk to somebody that often has a very aggressive, combative countenance, this is the time, the most mentally stable time for you to talk to them. Well, even if he's not a bus driver, but anybody because it's not just about him eating the amala or him finishing work. It is a mental state that he's in at that point in time that makes him more susceptible to your advice and your therapy.
It's relaxed.
So, to anybody.
And let's take it back to relationships and misunderstandings. You have a partner who gets something wrong. You cannot correct your partner when they are pissed or when that stuff they got wrong was going on. You can only get to communicate with them later. Let me be more practical. So, firstly, for those that know, they know that if everybody is making a mockery of your partner, yeah, you don't join them. Even if it's real, you don't join them. You stay calm. If it's an environment where you can tell them, no, now, not of that kind of thing, do it. If it's not that kind of environment, just stay calm. Don't say a word. And then when they are gone, you can tell your partner, don't mind them. For you, I think we need to work on this. That's the right approach. But in a situation where everybody is making a mockery of your partner, you join your partner, you make a mockery of your partner. Now, the ball is in your partner's court, the person that they're making mockery of. I know that so many of you will not want to, especially the ladies, they will not want to reason with. They've offended you, you want to just react. But if the relationship is that important to you, you are the last line of defense. The second to last line of defense, your partner has already made mistake and has scattered, the pet has scattered. The best thing to do is to not do anything. When everything is done, everybody's gone, you're your partner in a good time, you revisit the matter. You tell your partner, earlier today, all our friends said this about me and they all laughed. And you said this about me. And what they said did not hurt me as much as what you said hurt me. At that point, there's no defense.
They shouldn't
Getting them straight off, like they are vulnerable. That your partner is not in is, what do you mean? It's not true. Now they have heard that it's not what they said, it's the fact that you, my person, said this about me. That's what really got to. A partner that has sense now will now say, oh, I'm so sorry I said that. But I feel we should work on this. You see, communication, comprehension, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So, but when everybody is trying to be right, nobody's right. And something I've come to realize, well, I've known it for a while, but it has made more sense in recent times. So many relationships have so many issues because everybody goes into it with what they want to get from the relationship, as opposed to going into it with what you want to do for your partner.
What kind of person do you want to be for the person you're dating?
The whole concept of being with someone, that commitment and whatnot, is you prioritizing that person. So when I prioritize the person, the lady, and she prioritizes me, both of us are a priority. But when I prioritize myself and she prioritizes herself, we are both setting ourselves up to fail. So it's easy to get into fights.
Yeah.
One small thing we are making misunderstanding because I expect so much of you and you are failing me as a partner. But when we both prioritize each other, when she is my priority and I am her priority, when I see them making a mockery of her, she's my priority. Even if she's wrong, because she's my priority, I will want to defend my priority in public. Same with me. So those girls that they're having smart girl talk and your girls are jabbing your partner, you just laugh it off. It is because you are in that relationship for what you can get. He is not the priority. In modern day language, you are the price. So things will fall apart.
Now, the problem with this is the mismatch. When somebody goes in, now that I've learned this, right, and I want to be conscious. Going into relationships, I want to be the person that is serving my partner. If I now get a partner that is not serving you,
You will know. And you will know if you are not supposed to even waste time there. Uh, So there's this stuff I used to say to my friends sometime when I was some years back. I had this bag that was holding on by a thread. Like one part of the bag is just a single this. So all the thread had the remote, just one that was left. And I intentionally kept that bag in my house. When I was an undergraduate, I kept that bag in my house. And I always used to tell my friends, this one thread is my relationship strength. If I enter here and I see that I'm the only one that is trying to do everything for, like, I'm the only one taking you seriously, and you are taking yourself seriously, so that bag will not cut, I will leave. Because if that my last thread cuts, the relationship with me has finished. I used to say to all my friends, we used to use for a joke and what else. But what it meant was, I already know now that if I am getting into a relationship, I have to prioritize my partner. Now, prioritizing your partner does not mean losing yourself or not valuing yourself. It means you saying, every day I'm waking up, what can I do to make my partner better? So your partner's self-development is important to you. Their finances is important to you. Their health, everything about them is important to you. Now, because you already first value yourself, that's where you can now prioritize somebody else. So first step is, I know myself. That's why I tell single people, you being single is not a cause. It's not a problem. It is your best time to get yourself to a point where when you get into a relationship, you are doing the right things. Because if you do not prioritize yourself when you are single, you do not know what it means to prioritize somebody else. You will not even know when they are manipulating you or taking you for granted.
Yeah.
So when you first get yourself in check, it's easy to love somebody else. And when you now get yourself in check and you're loving somebody else, you can see someone who does not have themselves in check.
Let's solve for a particular dilemma that I have. You see this thing where you say when you get into a relationship and this is the thread you have. So if I'm giving and I'm not getting back in return, then I'm out of there, right? Now, how do you detect where that is narcissism and ingratitude and when it is genuine? Hold on, because a lot of times people would have, you probably have the full scope of my question, but people would have partners who are doing for them, but they don't have the gratitude. Or you might be doing, right? And you know that you're trying for this person, but then they don't see it and they always complain that I'm the one carrying this relationship.
Yes.
So what's the difference between when that is actually the case, where one partner is actually selfish and then where one is actually narcissistic and not really appreciative?
Okay. So the idea of you first getting yourself in check before you can love someone else is, to put it in simple terms, healing. Healing, yeah. We talked about everybody, trauma and whatnot.
Yes.
Now let's
Healing.
So if I am healed as a person and now I decide to love someone else, and I notice, let's say for instance, I'm the only one who gets to say I love you. I'm the only one who gets to buy her gifts. I'm the only one who is doing everything. Like, she's not questioning me, but I'm the only one loving, pouring affection. My first guess is, why is she not reciprocating? That's my first guess. And because you are healed, you make it easy to explain to your partner how to love you. Yeah. The whole concept of love languages, where people have love languages and you understand that you don't tell your partner, my first love language is quality time. You must spend time with me. No. Your partner gets to ask you, what's your priority? You say, well, love them. Quality time is my priority. Your partner decides to start spending time with you. You get. So now, because we are both discussed our love languages, and you know that quality time is my love language, I'm not supposed to now be the one begging you every time, let us spend time together. So when I notice that you are always shying away from spending time with me, I know there's a problem. Now, I don't just run away because I know there's a problem. I first have to ask, what is the reason for this problem? Is it that this person has never been in an actual relationship before? Is this person from a family where they do not know how to express love? Or is this person still hot from a previous partner? When you understand the nature of the trauma that is making your partner not be able to express love the way you are expressing love, you know the next step. Some people want to be better or do not know how to be better. Such persons can be helped. You can even pay for therapy for your partner in such cases. Then there are the ones who do not believe they need help. They would explain to you why their response is the perfect response. And now, I mean, now to give you another example, I can use what people that have temper problem, hot temper, like hot temper.
Yeah.
This person can explain to you that it's not that I like to quarrel with everybody. Yeah, it's not that I like to quarrel with anybody. It's just that my fuse is short. You get? They will tell you that it's just that my fuse is short. So now they are trying to make you understand that this hot temper that I have is not the problem. I'm just impatient. I just have short fuse, and everybody pisses me off.
So they don't believe there's a solution for it.
So they are not open to changing from that temper.
Yeah.
So at this point now, mind you, the first scenario I painted was someone who knows I have a problem and I need help.
Mm-hmm.
This person can be helped. You can pay for therapy for your partner. You both can go through the healing process together, which would even give you a stronger bond because you would see your partner at their lowest. You will be there for them. They will see you as the real person that was with them at their lowest, and you guys can bond. There's a positive and negative aspect to it, but yeah, if they sincerely want to be better, they can be better, and you can be with them while they get better, which most times advise that people should not be doing over at that time. Allow them to get better before it's just to play safe. Some persons actually would not mind, but some people when they heal, they will not say, wow, I think I'm better than this person that I am with. I need to go further. Yeah, so just to play safe. But who wants to heal has shown interest to want to heal and then they can walk. But for the one who believes that they are not the problem, is the environment that is the problem.
Yeah.
That's where you carry that your up part that also cuts and go. Because the thing about staying with people who do not want to heal is that they damage you. Yes, you guys heal,
Yeah.
damage you.
Fuck you back up.
Because from you believing that let me use practical example. You having both of you that is pouring her love, buying her gifts, doing everything, and then you now feel because she loves you or she doesn't reciprocate anything,
Yeah.
it's natural. So you are gradually beginning to believe that it is okay to be loved and not be shown that love. So if it doesn't work out for the both of you, yeah, the next person you meet, you would most likely give the person the energy of we just did. You shall not say I like you.
Yeah.
You know, say I be your partner.
Because somebody have shown you that is normal.
Because you stayed with someone who was toxic. Instead of you say, no, this is not good for me, let me go. You stayed with that person, and that person now has spoiled the knowledge you have. And it goes for every different. You begin to believe that it's okay to have a partner who can flare, who you both cannot have. You cannot have disagreements without fighting. You cannot both be on two. Somebody must be pissed. Someone must slam the door. Somebody must raise his voice or her voice. Someone must break something. You now believe that that's natural because you stayed. That's why that my bag. Before the bag cuts up, go. Because that bag is all I have.
Yeah, it's important.
Sadly, I repaired the bag.
So you can take a lot first before you need to go.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, what I've gotten out of it is if you are a healed person, I mean, you will have the awareness that if you have the awareness to be curious when you find something you don't like in your partner. You have the awareness to be curious, not judgmental, when you find something you don't like in your partner.
You would want to understand why.
Exactly. And so when you have that awareness, what you will have is the curiosity. And then that curiosity leads you to want to ask a question or confront an issue. Then the second level of awareness is where you know the timing, like the example of the bus driver, you know the timing as well. So if you can look beyond the behavior, the misdemeanor, look upon it with curiosity and not judgment, and then also bring it up at a time that your partner is mentally relaxed.
True. When you're ready to hear.
You've done all the work you need to do as that partner. And if you do those two things, and that person is just justifying the problem and still, you can't get through to that person, you have to know this person is going to damage you.
Just know that this is not for me.
Yeah.
I know this is the craziest part of when a healed person is breaking up or ending case. there's too much maturity in the way they enters. Now, because when you go through healing, it improves your emotional intelligence. Yeah. So now you can clearly tell this person that I sincerely love you. Yeah. I love you. I love you so much. But I've come to realize that there's a part of you that you are not willing to let go of. And if I stay, it would affect me. So there's maturity in ending things. You don't insult them. No, you make them understand that the reason why we are not working is because you have refused to let go of this character or this trait or this past or this. Yeah. And I do not want it to affect me.
Sounds fair game to me. Yeah, fair game.
I mean, let's all be fine. You want to
Do you. Allow, let me do me. Don't come and spoil me.
Don't come
you know. Don't spoil you.
Yeah, but it's very important. So whenever I always sing, one of the things I sing almost every week is the importance of healing. Is because when you heal from your past, you see the future better. You see the present clearer. And you do not judge people because you too know what you had to heal from.
Yeah.
But you give them grace, and at the same time, you know who is willing to be better and who is comfortable in their past, in their trauma. You just let them be.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. This has been a very insightful conversation. We have a cool tradition on the podcast where a guest leaves a life advice. You don't tell us, but you write it in our Good Living book.
A life advice. Okay.
Yes. You know, if there's one
man to give people advice.
Yeah, the thing is, there's probably something that has come upon you once and you're like, I'll give you an example of my own. Whenever things are going well for you, double down on work. That's a lesson I've learned in life, you know, because a lot of the time you're grinding, but then once you start seeing the fruits of that grinding, you cannot get lost in the sauce. You're chopping, you're enjoying the fruits, and then it finishes, and they have to go back and start grinding. But then if you're grinding and then it starts working out, you say, okay, now I can put some things in order and continue grinding. That's it. So if I can put that into a few sentences, that would be the greatest life advice I can give anybody.
So I should write it down or I should say it?
No, you say it, I'll give you the book.
Oh, I will say it into the book.
My guy.
Yeah,
you're writing in the book. You're writing in the notes. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. Appreciate you, Cross.
Thank you.